first carry for Derrick Henry. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Let's go, hustle, fellas.
On 1st down, it's Tannehill. Forced out to his left. Man open, that's Terrell Owens. And fighting down inside the 25. And he's going to go out of bounds, taking it down inside the 25. A gain of 32 that time.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Here's Tannehill, flushed out right. That is caught inside the 5. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
And there's our first glimpse of Antonio Brown in this game, and he's a guy that's a threat each and every time the ball heads in his direction. Coming up the 2nd year where he led the league in receiving yards in 2017.
Yeah, 1,533, just turned 30 back in July, and no signs of this man stopping. Maybe a free play here for Tannehill. Buying time to his left, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Derrick Henry punching it in from a yard away. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
A drive that time of 6 plays. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Swing to the fit, right. To the right. There we go. All right, hey.
Prescott on 1st down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there. 6 yards on the pickup. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to rush.
And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Now whistles as time has run out on this first quarter. 7-0 is our score, and they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt, and he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A second down throw for Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Giovanni Bernard, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. A first trip to the red zone for KC. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back here right after this. Now a first carry from Giovanni Bernard. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Second down, Prescott. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Antonio Brown from 8 yards out. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point up and good by Walsh. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. This one taken from the 7. And an alley to run. And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, Cowboys. In for the score. And the Cowboys are in for 6. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
Walsh now for the PAT. Walsh adds the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff. This fielded at the 2. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, That's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A first down throw for Prescott. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Prescott now on second down. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. First down, Prescott toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was looking to get it to Allen Hurns that time. And now it's second down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play, as we'll get a timeout. As the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. On third down, that's Hunt. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down.
Well, to me, that's taking a big gamble defensively, because that alignment you see, that's normally something you see down near the goal line. Because now, if they decide to go play action, something should be open there, and I think open big.
So maybe that's something that gets filed away for later.
I think without a doubt, you write it down, and if you see that look at a later date, go ahead and take your shot.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. On first and 10, Tannehill. Over the middle to Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The final shot here before the break. Tannehill. He's going to fire one deep over. It's caught at the 10. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We want to remind you that new this year in regular season games, I'll take you around the NFL, give you stats and scores from games in progress, as well as look back at games that have already been completed. So keep an eye out for that. But for now, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason they're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. Over the middle here to Brown. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The punter wing is on as he sends this one away. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin.
And he'll find some space up to about the 25. The all-pro safety Eric Berry in on the stop.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On third down, Henry. And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard, they trail as we start quarter number 4. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. He gets it to Brown, complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Antonio Brown, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
And
now the kick is blocked. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Throwing to start the drive, but that went incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Caught. It's Cruz, left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First target, first catch, and a first down. Somebody missed an assignment. He was waving his arms saying, hey, I'm wide open. They found him.
You think? You think? I mean, he was so wide open. Did you see he was just windmilling like he was Don Quixote or somebody out there? And then they found him for a really nice game.
Goes underneath for Henry. Nice stiff arm.
Underused, but still effective.
And a nice gain of 21 yards.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. On first down, Tannehill. Time for a break. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And now with the play clock winding down, Jason Garrett opts to take a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Back to the air. Tannehill on second down. Dancing to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. They do tack on the extra point as well, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. This will be taken in at the 1. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
They'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Brown. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. And a quick slant gets exactly 10, and by the nose of the football, they've got a 1st down. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. Nearly an interception. If that one's picked off, it's over. So a new lease on life, so to speak.
A lot of times when you're in coverage, you're so focused on the man and the coverage that sometimes the ball, if it arrives, it surprises you. That may have happened to him in that situation.
He'll look to throw. Man open left side is Brown. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
And there's a man they call AB, always a volume receiver. He gobbles up catches, holds the number 2 and number 4 spots for most receptions in a season in NFL history. And in 2015, just 7 catches shy of setting the single-season mark for most receptions, currently held by Marvin Harrison, a Hall of Famer.
He had 136 catches that year on the heels of 129 the season before. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's 4th. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll run. This is Bernard. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Back to throw. Complete the tight end, Kelsey. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. He's back to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Allen Hurns in the final minute. And the Chiefs are a 2-point conversion away from tying this thing up.
The touchdown's massive, but now they've got to have 2 to possibly take this to overtime.
Last year on 2-point tries in the regular season, the Chiefs were 0 for 2. What can they do here? They'll try and run it in. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
Illegal touching. Offense.
A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go, Tim.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
Get set.
Now a handoff to Henry. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Tannehill now to throw. And that's caught by Smith. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Tannehill now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Tannehill. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Intentional grounding, offense.
Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Tannehill going to throw it. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go. And this is taken in at the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jonnu Smith, 38 yards. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Extra point try now for Walsh. Extra point up and good by Walsh. And it might seal the deal, as that makes it a 2-score game here with not a lot of time remaining. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here's Prescott. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by the free safety, Darian Stewart. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Throwing now, Tannehill. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jonnu Smith with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Cowboys turn that interception into a touchdown. Well, so much for a little 5-yard pass play to your tight end. They made him a deep ball threat there, and it worked out.
Times have changed, haven't they? Those used to be plays that we would clip and save because you didn't see it very often. Big tight end, deep downfield catching a pass. Now it's almost standard. That's a big part of everyone's offense. Get it to those guys because they're not just tight ends anymore. They're athletes.
Now the final act of this victory, the extra point. The extra point up and good, but this one was decided anyway, as that will be the final action in this ball game. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. So long, everybody.